The goal of your totem is to maximize the amount of Protem returned from each of your spends. So if for every time that you spend some Protem, you can get more Protem than you put in, why would anyone ever need to buy Protem? In this video, not only am I going to explain why you might want to buy more Protem, but I'm going to talk about the different types of penalties that can cause you to lose Protem. I'm YK2012, founder of the Upland Guide, and I'm here to unlock the secrets of the Upland metaverse. On this channel, you can find everything you need to build your Upland empire. Expert tutorials, winning strategies, pro tips and tricks, and a lot more. Hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to stay ahead of the game. Remember, knowledge is power, and in the Upland metaverse, that knowledge is truly your most valuable asset. The first and most obvious reason why you might want to buy Protem is if you don't have any to begin with. There is an initial airdrop of Protem to players who hold Totems, not Totem passes, but Totems, between Monday, January 8th at 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific time. If you have a Totem in your account, you will get some Protem to help you get started. Upland has said that after that, there will be Protem that will be sold. However, you do have to own a Totem in order to be able to be eligible to purchase Protem from these sales. So if you want to purchase a Totem after the initial airdrop, you are going to have to wait to purchase Protem in order to get started. As you start feeding your Totems Protem, you will be able to see what your spending score is. The combination of how much Protem you're spending, how frequently you're spending it, and when you're spending it will contribute to this score. Upland will give you hints along the way to tell you if you're headed in the right direction or not. You will be able to start learning about your totem and adjust your spending frequencies and amounts in order to increase your spending score. The higher your spending score, the more efficiently you are feeding your totem, ensuring that you will get the most Protem out of it. There are ways to misspend your Protem and therefore lose out on opportunities to earn more Protem, or you might even get less Protem than what you put in. For example, if you overspend and put in more than the optimal amount, that excess amount does not contribute to your increased yields. Essentially, it's completely wasted. It's also possible to underspend. If you spend less than the optimal amount, the yield you receive for that amount is reduced. The penalty is calculated using a formula that proportionally decreases the yield based on how much less you spend compared to the optimum amount. And thirdly, if you spend multiple times within the same interval, only the highest amount will be taken into account, as well as the timing of that spend. So essentially, all other Protem spent will be wasted. Next, we have timing penalties, and these are related to the color of your totem, which represents the frequency. Each totem has a unique spending interval. So if your interval is, let's say, 24 hours, you are going to want to spend your Protem at the 12-hour mark of that interval. This will ensure the highest amount of yield possible. Spending earlier or later than that middle mark will decrease the amount of earnings on that period. Again, after each spend, you will be able to take a look at your score, as well as you will receive hints as to how you can improve and maximize your yields. Lastly, we have the totem-based trait, which is 4 different shapes: hexagon, pentagon, square, and round. And each of these 4 different variations have different penalties associated with them. The first type of penalty is that for each spend interval that is missed, future intervals of that cycle will suffer a yield reduction. The more intervals you miss in that cycle, the more significant the reduction of your yield will be. And it's possible to reach 100% penalty, which effectively renders your totem inactive for the remaining cycle. The second type of penalty is that every time you miss a spend opportunity, the life cycle of your totem is shortened by 1 interval. This means that the totem will stop producing rewards sooner than it would have if all the spend opportunities had been utilized. The third type of penalty is that you can miss up to 5 spend intervals without any penalty. However, upon missing the 6th, the totem stops yielding rewards immediately, ending the cycle prematurely. And the last variation is that there is essentially no penalty at all for missing spend intervals. You're just missing out on your yield. As of now, we don't know exactly which shape represents which type of penalty, but make sure to check out the link in the description below to head over to the Upland Guide, where all of the details are listed there in the different totem traits. So as you can start to understand, it's not going to be so simple in order to maximize your yields. it's possible that as you start to learn your totem, you will start losing Protem. So these are some reasons why you might need to purchase more from the store. Upland has said that there will be plenty of Protem available for players who are looking to purchase more, and I think that this video explains exactly why you might need more. So best of luck learning your individual totem. Remember that all 5,555 are completely different, and you need to learn how yours works.